Let's take a look at HBAR's price and see what's happening as of November 15th and what we could be expecting as we are obviously going further into the weekend. Looking across the board right now, a few handful coins that are up, but again, majority of the market is down. If you watch my, videos on a day-to-day basis, if you watch my market analysis update, you guys know what's happening. But we're going to take a little bit of a closer look and see what's really going on with the price of HBAR and, obviously talk about what are some of the next, targets to be looking out for. So as far as the price is concerned right now, today alone, 3.3%, decrease as you can see across the board. On a weekly time frame, down about 11.8%, and of course on the monthly time frame, you could see we're still down. So the price is 15.5 cents, down 2% on the Bitcoin side of things. Market cap at about almost 6.6 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 352 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So first off, take a look at what's happening with the Bitcoin dominance index. And again, I've highlighted this on my previous updates, but as we know, on November 13th, we were literally sitting at 60.28%, saw a sharp decline. Even though Bitcoin, pulled down, we saw Bitcoin retesting $94,000. You did see the dominance, actually going towards the downside. But as Bitcoin is picking up a little bit from that $94,000 key retest, you can see dominance, picking up traction once again. So these are things we don't really want to be forgetting. As far as Bitcoin price is concerned, let's give it a refresh live. Let's take a look at, what's happening with Bitcoin. So, Bitcoin has seen a little bit of a bounce, as you can see for yourself. We actually came up to $96,700. But I even said in my previous updates, so, Bitcoin came down to $94,000. Again, not a big surprise to us. Pretty much since the daily closed below the $100,000. These are levels that I've been talking about. And I still do think we could see a little bit more downside because, of course, we have reintroduced ourselves to this level. But with that said, we're seeing a little bit of a bounce. We could even push back up to $100,000 in my opinion. And even then, I am not too optimistic. You're noticing a little bit of a, pattern playing out. I'm not going to take too much of your time on this, but pretty much since all-time high, you can see, we are in this downward trajectory. So maybe we could even go up to these key levels, but I still do believe something like this is still going to end up playing out, in my opinion, as always. But with HBAR, you could see for yourself, obviously, the price of Bitcoin did come down to $94,000. That's, of course, going to have an impact on the price of HBAR, and that is not going to be an exception. If you're looking at HBAR's price right now, you could see for yourself. So the support line that we've discussed on this channel, again, the support line is not something new to the Crypto ZX family. We retested it for the first time since October 17th. You can see for yourself, we retested below it when the price of Bitcoin dropped below to $94,000. We came down to 15 cents price point for HBAR, but you could see where the price was able to reclaim back above. We bounced back above the key resistance, and that should show you the importance of, that level. But again, if you want to put this into perspective, after retesting 15 cents, we did see a bounce of about almost 6%. But still, you want to see the price holding within that, key support line, as I've discussed with you guys. Very, very important to keep in mind. But what you don't really want to see happening right now is dominance start to pick up strength and Bitcoin continue to pull down. That would be not the best case scenario for altcoins, because we could see altcoins going down much more if that were to be the case. So right now, what you want to see HBAR do is hold above the 78.6 key support line at 15.6 cents, a level we've talked about for time and time out. If it's unable to do that, I think the chances of us coming down to obviously these 4 cents, I'm sorry, 13.8 cents level could be on play. So again, if you want to put that into perspective, 13.8 cents price point is around 11% pullback, and I don't think that is unrealistic, especially if something like this were to play out. Maybe even if we were to retest the 92.3 level. So far, as far as Bitcoin trajectory is concerned, we've been very accurate on the Bitcoin projection. And again, if this were to still play out, I do believe obviously HBAR will see a little bit more downside, but what we want to see the price of HBAR do is, hold above this key range, try to maintain the price above that key level because, of course, the importance of that. But you can see for yourself, we are in this downwards trend. So maybe, Bitcoin is trying to get back down to this 86K key range before we head towards the upside. But again, one step at a time. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys personally think. What are your overall forecasts on HBAR? Make sure your bell icon is on so you're notified every time we upload. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.